Hi, I'm author Bailey Thomas, and if you're a reader, writer, reviewer, content creator, or part of the book community, you're in the right place. And if you're none of these, you're still in the right place, because this YouTube channel is for everyone. I'm just trying to make the world a better place one book, story, or YouTube video at a time. So whether you're here to learn how to write a book, celebrate books, or just have fun, I'm glad you're here. Hello guys, I'm so glad you clicked on this video because today we are talking about, do you need a big following to sell books? And I'll get into that answer very fast. But if you did click on this video, maybe you're a book talker trying to grow, maybe you're an author thinking about it, maybe you already are one right now and you're thinking I haven't sold any books. Is it because of my following? Well, if you do want some steps of how to self-publish your books, I actually have a small marketing section on there, but I have a free checklist, 7 steps of how I self-publish, totally free. You can grab that on my website. You can also grab the paid one. It's the same steps as the free one. It just goes into a little bit more detail, more tips, more examples. And again, if you're already here because you already self-published a book or published a book or anything, I also have a marketing guide. So if you want to see the exact steps that I use to sell 100 copies in 100 days, you can grab that guide as well. So head over to my website, grab a guide, grab a snack, grab a comfy place to watch this video because we're going to dive into, do you need a big following in order to sell books? Okay, let's start off with how this video is going to go first. I will answer, do you need a big following in order to sell books? And then we will go into why that is the answer. And then I'll end this video with ways of how you can grow your platform in case you want to do that as well, because why not? We're on social media here. We want to sell our books. We want to market, and social media is a great way. So the first thing we'll dive into is the biggest question on everyone's mind right now and why you clicked on this video. Do you need a lot of followers in order to start selling books? Should you grow your audience first and then sell? What should you do? No, I guess we'll start with there. No, you do not need a following in order to sell books. I started as an author, a new page, a new social media page. I don't promote on my personal page. So I started with 0 followers, started fresh on all social media. So you do not need a following first to start. I will say that I started my social media a couple months before I launched my first book and grew some excitement from there and then launched my book. So I didn't launch right after I started social media or right before. I did start a couple months earlier, but I still didn't even have a big following when I first started my book. So I'm going to ease your concerns right now. You do not need a big following to start selling books. I encourage you to start it now. Maybe even a smaller one might be better, and we'll get into that. But the first thing is that followers does not equal a book sale. You can have $100,000 and that 100,000 followers, and that does not mean all 100,000 people bought your book. So it might mean 100,000 or close to it saw it. It might mean reach, you got that much reach, but it doesn't mean that you have that many people buying your book. So don't be intimidated if you see another author having so many followers. That doesn't mean that you have to have that in order to sell your books. Because actually, quality over quantity. I rather have 100 diehard romance lovers that like realistic modern dating stories based on my experiences. I would much rather speak to just 100 of them than 100,000 mechanics who don't even read romance books. So you can see it right there. Just because you have a large following does not mean that those followers are converting into readers. So keep that in mind, that you can start from scratch. We can start over. Quality over quantity. You want to speak to those readers that your book is talking to. And for me, I try to target readers, again, who like romance books that are real, based on real history, mine, and convert those into people who actually want to buy my books instead of reaching 100,000,000 people who don't even read the genre that I'm in. So we'll start with that, guys. No, you do not need a big following in order to sell books. So start that social media right after you finish this, because I'm giving you the encouragement that you need today, that you're going to start with 0 followers and still sell a bunch of books. So I alluded to this previously about some actual positives that might be good about starting over, are starting with a smaller audience. And one of those positives is that I can test content and get real reader feedback really fast. Those 100 people, I'm going to push content and they're going to tell me if they like it or not, whether it's through comments, likes, I know there's no dislike button, but dislikes or DM and say, wow, I did not like that piece of content. Or maybe just crickets, nothing. Those 100 people you can target and see, did this piece of content work? So it's actually a good little test to have a smaller group, see if they like the content or not, see if you're reaching the people that you want to reach, and get their feedback. So some positives to having a smaller group starting out, smaller size. Also, I love building trust and loyalty with my audience and my readers. I want them to trust me, what I'm saying, what my books are. So I feel like we have a little bond. I don't have millions of followers, and I am so out of touch with them. I like to message my followers, see how they're doing, that they like my book, see if there's anything I can do for them, what content they would like. So interact with your readers. You have a small group, take an advantage of that. See how they're doing, see if they like your book, see what's on their mind, see what you want more from, what they want more from you. So take advantage of that small group. There are some positives to having a smaller audience. After this, I'll get into how you can grow it. But if you are starting over right now or just have a smaller following, that does not mean you're not selling books. And there's actually some good things that you can find from having that small little group already invested in you. Another thing I will go into to ease your mind, that you do not need a big following in order to sell books, is that one of the most powerful things you can do as a business person in general, an author, is retention. Retention is your strength. Imagine, again, I'm using like 100,000 as my numbers and 100. Someone has 100,000 followers and you're so jealous. Oh my gosh, I wish I had 100,000. But all those 100,000 may not have read your book, and maybe the small portion that did read one. And then you release another book and then you wonder why nobody read the second one. There's no retention. They read your book, weren't interested. You wasted all that time gathering an audience that's not even interested in your genre. They don't read it. They see your content and they're like, oh, I'm not even a romance reader. I'm not going to unfollow you, but I'm just not going to buy your book. Or the few that do, that take the chance, just buy one because they weren't even targeted. It wasn't even for them. Maybe they liked you, bought the book, and that's it. They're not buying any more from you. I would not want that. I like retention and readers who buy my first book, they like it and then buy the second book. So we don't need a big, massive following of a bunch of people who may or may not purchase a book or read it just one time. That's it. I want to build loyalty and retention with my readers. So hopefully they get excited about my book. And when I announce that I'm going to release another one, they get excited, and it makes me excited when they're excited too. So again, kind of just build that relationship with your audience. And I think you can do a better job of that when they're smaller. Okay, I know you guys are excited to get into, yes, I know how to take advantage of having a smaller social media. I get more relationship with my audience. I can test content, but you really want to get into growing it. And I totally understand that. But let's just start off with one caveat here. I love social media, and I'm so glad that I get to be on social media, and my books get a lot of recognition through that platform. But we cannot not rely on it. As we've seen in the past, social media can go really fast. The algorithm might not favor you anymore. The whole app, the whole site might just get shut down. So it's important to have an email list, subscriber list. I'll make a video about that because it is super important. So I'm going to get into how we can grow our platforms, but make sure we are not relying on them, because as we know, in a blink of an eye, they could be gone. So we're going to grow our platforms now. We talked about the advantages of having a smaller one and the things you should do when you're starting over, and give you the encouragement that you needed, that you do not need a big following to become an author or be successful. We can have zero, start from zero. I'm not going to stay at zero because I'm going to give you tips right now of how to grow. But here's the encouragement you needed, that you do not need a big following to sell books, because followers does not equal a book sale. So let's get into growing our platforms. And this might be a good, helpful step for you, because when you had your smaller audience, you learned what they liked and made sure that their interest was the genre you wrote. So the first point to grow a platform is we're going to post content that our audience actually likes, which I know might be obvious, but sometimes I get carried away and I see a dance trend that maybe has absolutely nothing to do with my book, and it might not be my best piece of content, me just dancing in front of a camera, not even talking about my books. So I just say that to say, make sure what your content that you're posting is actually related to the readers. Maybe it solves one of their problems. Maybe it's an insight on your book. Maybe it's just more information about you and your brand. But I definitely encourage doing viral dance trends. But if your audience is not receptive to dancing, may not may not come across that well unless you're an amazing dancer, which I am not. So maybe that's why that content doesn't do well. But after you post this amazing content that you know your audience is gonna love, make sure you engage with them. If they're commenting, if they're taking the time to comment and like your video, make sure you respond a nice response. Say thank you, engage with them, ask them questions. I love my readers. Thank you to everyone who comments on my videos because it means a lot. I love seeing your guys' reactions, not to my bad dancing videos, but to my book content. So if you're an author or if you're on the other side, if you're the one posting the content, make sure you interact with your followers because I know how good it feels when you comment on someone else's stuff and they respond to you. So just make sure you give that same relationship back to your readers, and maybe they'll like you even more, and then when your next book comes out, they're going to be even more excited to check it out because they really like you and you were really nice and took the time to respond to them. So post content that your audience will actually like, and then you're going to get a bunch of comments and likes because they like the content, and then you're going to respond to them. So great formula to growing your platform, I would say. Okay, I'll leave you guys with a few more things to help grow your platforms. And we can start with encourage sharing. I love when people retweet, repost, share my stuff because then it's reaching an audience that I may not have reached otherwise. And one way that I do encourage sharing, you can post it in the comment and literally say, "Oh, share this video with someone who dot dot dot, tag a friend who whatever." Or what I like to do is I actually use TikTok's affiliate program. Ooh, someone's ears just perked up who are on the TikTok affiliate program right now. Yes, my books are on there. So if you were a TikTok affiliate and you want to add my books to your showcase, you actually get a commission. If you post a video, link my book, and someone buys it, and it encourages sharing. It spreads the love of the book community and gets you a little insight, little book content posting and a little commission. How cool is that? We love that. We love sharing books and getting a little on top of it too. So I always love to encourage sharing to help build my platforms. And the last little note I'll give you is big one here, stay consistent. If you do not get 100,000 followers tomorrow, that is okay. Even over a month, you might not get 100,000, but eventually you will if you stay consistent, if you post content people like, and you reply to them, and you encourage sharing. I know you're going to get 100,000. So stay consistent and refer back to this video if you need a little bit more encouragement. Comment if you do. I'll send you a little note, type a little comment back to you if you need a little bit of encouragement. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. I hope you guys are now more motivated to start your author journey if you haven't already, because you don't need a big following in order to start or in order to sell more books. But if you are an author, self-published, indie, whatever you are, again, I said encourage sharing. So I have a PO box in my description. You can send your book to that PO box because in future videos I do want to share some of the love and share some books that were sent to me at the end of some future videos. And you readers out there, send me your favorite book because I want to check it out. If you like it, then it must be a great book. And of course, as I mentioned in all my videos, and if you haven't noticed yet, I am a self-published author and I have my own website. I'll put that in the description as well. Every order truly means the entire world to me. I love it. I get to sign copies. It's so fun and send it to you and package it all cute and nice. So if you do order from me, thank you so much. It truly makes my day. And if you already have ordered from me before, thank you a million times. I'm going to keep coming out with some more books. So thank you guys for supporting me on this journey. Like, comment, subscribe if you like what's going on here so I can keep doing this for you guys. But other than that, can't wait to see your social medias grow. So happy reading, and I'll see you next time.